I'm uploading one more video so that we can finalize the designs and start working on the mobile responsive version and the secondary page. I don't want to waste people's time, so I'd like to wrap up the designs and move forward. We do have some things we got to talk about. A few things have developed since the beginning of the contest. First, some people have started giving me designs that are green and blue and look peaceful, maybe coupled with images of happy people. I really like these designs. It's also uses the colors that are in our logo. That's very nice. At the same time, they don't appear, too feminine or anything. They are crisp and clear and businesslike. Second, we released several days ago a list of our priorities on information display. I will repeat them here. If you go to the brief section, here are the priorities right here. Number 1, our logo. Number 2, what we do. Intro, picture, banner, etc. Number 3, coverage map. Then home, business, industrial options and links, quotes, news, and how it works. Generally, people have been doing a pretty good job with this. However, number 3, coverage map, is often left out. We'll talk about that in a minute. Specific thoughts on a few designs. This is number 82. 82 has done something brilliant by picking a blue-green image that depicts a clean and pleasant countryside. There are even some plains over here and some mountains and over there, so it resonates with Oregonians. If you don't know what Oregon looks like, look up Western Oregon, not Eastern Oregon. It's green, there's some mountains and valleys, there's a lot of rainfall, it's very beautiful. And Oregonians, people that live here, care a lot about things like solar power and wind power. I don't want solar and wind power to be a big part of what's going on, but it is a part of it. This logo here, this image is almost perfect. This actually came from Shutterstock here. I don't want everyone to suddenly jump on this image. The colors for this image, for example, are not quite right, but what it depicts is very nice. I think the color's been adjusted a little bit here. At any rate, don't just switch to this image, but I just want to use it as an example. I want you to think about what's going into the top banner. If it's too abstract, it won't make sense to everyone. Every human understands green grass, clean mountains, and happy people. This one also has my favorite footer down here. There are lots of random things that belong on a web page, and if they are all prominent and they all are colorful and all have a picture, the page starts to look very cluttered. This design has a very nice footer that has a place for everything we could possibly want without messing up the rest of the page. It's even got a nice readable version of our logo, social icons, latest tweets, lots of information, and yet it doesn't make the rest of the page look ugly because it's all stashed at the bottom. If someone wants their address, they can find it, but it's not very distracting. So this part right here, this bottom section, I think is the best logo that I've seen so far. This next one, number 80, probably has the best colors, and the top image is beautiful and crisp. I really like the colors and the design that went into this here. However, it does require some study to make sense. You have to look at it for a while before you realize that the iPad has an Oregon map in it, and you have to look at it for a while before you realize these images have content. So it's beautiful and it's crisp. I really, really like the crispness. I like the gradients. The colors are gorgeous. They go really well with our logo, but the content isn't quite what we're looking for. It'd be better if the top image contained a drawing of the Oregon countryside or some people or something that made sense to people. I also don't like this icon style with the lifted edges. Maybe it would be better to have these 3 very prominent links here, these 3 blue areas. Maybe one could display a thumbnail and a link to YouTube 30-second overview video. Maybe one of them could have a coverage map, like it could be a coverage map thumbnail. The home, business, and industrial links are very important, but maybe they could be made part of the top image. Again, it doesn't have to be this way. The home, business, and industrial could go down here. That is fine to have it down here. But we need a coverage map in here somewhere, and right now this is a very large section of the screen, and it doesn't say much. It just says home. It's not cluttered, so that's good, but I don't really like these icon designs. The quote section looks very nice. I think I would probably put the comment in the large letters here, so the comment would go here, and use the small typeface just to say the name of the person who made the comment. And this would probably be a space where we display maybe, a dozen comments, so we would cycle through several different comments. The news section looks very nice. This is very clean and attractive. It displays mostly content, not a lot of distraction. It's very nice. It might be nice to have a footer here because there's basically no footer. There's just some social icons. The footer Like the footer on the previous design, it'd be nice if the footer had a lot of place to put cluttered things that we could all put in a fairly monotone color. The only thing colorful here is our logo, and that's good. The rest of it is not very distracting, but there's still room for a lot of information, and I really like that. Number 74 here causes me mixed feelings. I like it because it is a really nice design with good colors and clean lines. Look how beautiful that is. I also like the fact that there's a place at the top for links to important things right here. These is a valuable place to put important things that people see right away. Unfortunately, the content is not quite right. For example, on our priorities list, we said that coverage map and home, business, industrial are some of the highest priorities. For some reason, this design has account packages. See, account packages 25, 50, 80, which are not important. They will be important for the inside page, but we're still designing the first landing page. The next section is also quite nice looking, but again, it does not represent our priorities. It is very pretty to look at right here. I really like the way this looks, the green, blue, and the black or gray. It looks beautiful, but but there are no, it's very pretty to look at, and I don't want to destroy that. I don't want to say, oh, take this away because it's very beautiful, but there are no quotes and there's no news. Instead, the quotes and news are placed down here in very tiny fonts. They are very hard to read. The footer design, however, is good. I like the footer. There's a lot of information here, and it's, all the boring stuff can go here. One thing that I mentioned many times is a coverage map. I would like to show you what the coverage map looks like. This is our coverage map. Your rendition might look different. Make sure you turn off satellite, by the way. This is quite ugly. This is a little bit prettier. It might be nice to have a thumbnail of a coverage map, so we don't have to put this here. It does not have to be this. Instead, we could maybe do something like this. This is a lot more beautiful, these colors. Maybe not these colors here. This is too blue probably, but something that looks maybe like a printed map. Paper maps are very beautiful. And here are some thumbnails. Please don't use these. I'm just saying maybe something that represents a map, a drawing of a map. It does not have to be this, but it would be a good idea to use soft colors like actual printed paper maps. Also, a thumbnail of a video. Here's a thumbnail of a video. See, there's a play button on it, and you can kind of see what goes on. And if it said something like 30-second overview or how it works in 30 seconds, that would be really helpful. Thank you, everyone, for all the work you put into this. I look forward to seeing your final designs. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.